I think it's about time I go over my Joshua. I call him my Joshua because he's mine and he always will be. And that's not to be confused with my property or that I own him. I do not. And I just want you to know I understand that. I want to make one thing clear before I tell you a little bit about him. I'm definitely not innocent in this situation. I call it a situation because I believe it's only temporary. To Joshua, I died mid-second 2014. Honey, I'm trying to resurrect myself. I just need you to hold on for me. He absolutely hates when I call him honey. Sorry, I'm not sorry. I've been calling you that for years. It used to annoy him in Florida too. It goes, my name is not Honey, it's Joshua. I'd say, okay, honey. By making this video, it's not to prove to anyone else anything. It's just to make myself aware of my story with Joshua. And I want to remember it. Everyone that knows the bulk of my story knows to have a horrible memory, and I'm trying to work on it. And this is the one way I know how. As time passes, my memory gets blurry, and I want to remember this. Everything I'm gonna tell you, I want to remember it. I'm also showing myself that I don't need a weak man, and the word weak is nothing I used to associate with Joshua, but now I think weak and I immediately think of Joshua because that's all I think he's shown lately, weakness. From the first time I met Joshua, it has always been about him. But guess what? And now it's about me. And I'm gonna make a violent effort to get back to myself. Some days you made me feel like a queen, and other days much less. I'm done being treated like anything but a queen because that's what I deserve, especially after everything I've been through and I'm still going through. I want to be treated like a queen. I also want to add that there's a lot of stuff that went on that will forever stay between Joshua and I. It's kind of like a trust thing. We aren't gonna make each other look bad, and that's definitely not what I'm trying to do by making this video. It's for my memory. Some things between Joshua and I were extremely beautiful, and some things were extremely ugly. I guess that's what happens in a relationship when you go through recovery. By making this video, I need to remember everything I had to go through to get back to me. I need to see everything I did or had to do to get to my end goal, which is right now just walking. But my big scheme and goal, my bigger goal is eventually having a family. I need to know how hard it fought to get back to me. I need to know I never let my handicaps or my alcoholism define me. I need to know that I will battle with alcoholism and my handicaps for the rest of my life, but I'll never let them stop me. I'm not upset with the way Joshua treated me or the way he made me perceive myself. I know I'm so much more than that. I was always walking gym every day for years. I'm more disappointed you showed weakness. I have so much ambition because of Joshua. His favorite thing to call me in Florida was retard. Another thing I swear he did just to push me, but you just don't do that to someone you love. He used to tell me he loved me and tell me I was retarded in the next sentence. Sometimes it was the same thing. My mom or his mom, anyone, it did not matter. When they stepped in and said something to him, I always had it back. In some twisted way, I thought he was doing it because he loved me and he wanted me back. With his behavior lately, I'm really starting to doubt that conclusion. And maybe he was, maybe he is, but only time will tell, because time tells all. If you haven't noticed, I keep looking into my computer. That's because I'm gonna edit this after and take out all the middle pieces when I'm looking over, because I have to do that so I don't start crying. I'll sit here and stop the whole time if I do it from memory. This way I already know what I'm gonna say. I just have to look over and say it. I really hope one day I can introduce everyone to Joshua, because I swear you'll fall in love with him just like I did. And when he's on his game, he's on point. He's so good. I love him. I have to bring the story back to 2013 when I first met him. He was my ex-boyfriend. We will call him Bob. It was Bob's gym buddy. And let me tell you, Joshua's muscles are so amazing. They would make anyone drool. They are jewelry. They are jewelry. Jewelry. They are jewelry. Jewelry, jewelry. There we go. I don't know if I got that right. I was trying. It's important you know he has muscles for later on in the story. When we first met, I did not like him and I wasn't attracted to him at all. I was so wrapped up in Bob. All I wanted was Bob. I think it's because I was with him since I was 14. Bob cheated on me all the time, but I dealt with it because I was with him since I was 14. And I think 14 and he was 17. If you ask me, always way too good for him. Anyways, finally, I was fed up with Bob. I could not stand being cheated on anymore. So I started to move all my stuff out of the condo we had. And the hardest part was having to leave my dog. I left her because I could not, in good conscience, take her away from the other dog. I'm a cat lady anyways. When Bob found out Joshua and I were going to the gym together, he started to show up. So Joshua and I started hanging out outside of the gym. Bob was trying every trick in the book, trying to get me to say, buying me flowers, cards, candy, everything, and nothing were working because I was actually done. While Joshua and I were starting a beautiful love story, and honestly, it turned ugly. I left a few text messages on my phone, hoping that Bob would go through it and find him and be unhappy or something. He finally went through my phone, and I was hoping he would because I was leaving it hanging around on purpose for that reason. And when he went through it, I found out because I walked out of our bathroom, which was in a bedroom, and I saw him sitting on the bed, scrolling through my phone, crying. That was the happiest day of my life. I finally understood what he was doing to me for years. I don't understand how he could cheat on me and expect me to stay around. I think it was because I was dating him since high school. I was 14 until like 22 when I left finally. It was trying every trick on the book, but this time I was actually done. I broke Bob's heart. He finally understood what he was doing to me for years. I just wanted one thing out of everything I was doing, for him to never do that to anyone else. Well, guess what? and now he's married with a kid. You're welcome. When Josh and I started going to the gym together, we started doing yoga in the back room, but really it was finding every excuse we could to touch each other. We were like two kids falling in love for the first time. He was my other half and my best friend, all wrapped up into one person. Valentine's Day 2014, we spent together, and I think it's called Plan B. It's like a poker place in Connecticut. Bring back home in New England, it's really brought back so many memories and things I completely forgot about. I love it. We tried having me sleep at his father's house, but his father did not like that too much. I think his father and his father's wife at the time had some short words for me, and I'm not gonna repeat them because they were not exactly nice. I believe it was February. We got the idea to both move down to Florida together, and while we brought my cat Ace, and Joshua was so quick to become daddy to Ace. I never ever have seen Ace bond with a man the way he bonded with Ace. They love each other. The worst idea ever was moving to Florida. I always said if I ever moved to Florida, I'd end up killing myself. Well, if you're watching this, you already know I almost did. Everything seemed fantastic, but Florida wasn't home. No matter how it made me feel, it still wasn't home. And Joshua made me feel a little better, but that only lasted for so long. So, and this is very hard for me to admit, but I had a serious alcohol problem since I was about 14, I'm pretty sure. And there's not a single weekend since I was 14 and I have not drank. And I'm happy to say I haven't had a single drink since March of 2019. I'm coming up on a year now. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, so we moved to Florida in February, March, I don't know, something like that, of 2014. And I got in my car accident in May of 2014. It was heartbroken when my accident happened. He was there for me every single second of every day. He even showered at the hospital sometimes, or he went home but usually it was at the hospital. Joshua took care of me at the hospital. He would wash me, to take me in the shower, change my diapers because I did not remember how to use the bathroom. When I started to come out of my coma, Joshua would lay in my bed with me, and he would sometimes accidentally fall asleep. The hospital eventually let him stay a lot of the time because he would take care of me, and I was a wild child in the hospital, especially once I started to wake up. When he finally took me home, he had a lot of responsibilities. I mean, I was still on oxygen. I still had a G-tube. He had to feed me because my ataxia was so bad. All my food would end up all over me or on the floor. I was like constantly like that. The hardest thing probably was for Joshua. I did not remember him for like a year, I think. I did every day. I woke up going, "Who are you?" I don't know you. But he just made me feel safe all the time. Joshua told me that he used to stay awake to make sure I did not die. That's a lot of responsibility. He actually shook me awake one day because I guess he was yelling at me like, "Deanna, Deanna, Deanna, wake up!" And I would not move. So he shook me because he thought I was dead. And that's not actually funny, but just knowing that I was not actually dead and it was taking me is kind of funny. I remember passing out one day and hitting my head, and when I came to, it was kissing my face and crying, and he thought I fell back into coma. He was so upset. I want him to love me that much again. When I first started walking, well, doing our daily walks at the track down in Florida, it's called like Tucresa State Park, I think. But he used to walk next to me with my oxygen, so I thought I could walk because my oxygen was way too heavy for me to carry. I was in so much pain, but I'll never admit I'm in pain. And because you admit you are in pain, it screams weakness to me. And it's never been myself. Why did we have to push so hard, so fast? Why couldn't we just let me heal? Joshua never gave me a chance to heal, but I would not have taken the opportunity or given myself the chance to heal We wanted me back at any cost. We made the mutual decision to return to New England. We wanted to be around family and friends, and plus, Joshua got a really good job with his aunt. He worked there when he was younger, but he had a really good resume, so they hired him again. His family became my family. Not having them in my life is extremely difficult. Mothers will always do whatever they can to support their son. So, am I mad at her? Absolutely not. But am I upset with her? Am I mad at her for being a mother? No. But I am mad at her for not hitting her son upside the head and telling him he's an idiot. Joshua has embarrassed me, and that's really hard to do. Trust me on that one. I did my biggest growth and my biggest accomplishment without you. I don't need you. I just want you. Am I mad at her for being a mother? No, absolutely not. But I am mad at her for not hitting her son upside the head and telling him he's an idiot. Alright, I forgot to add this, but when I started to shower, Joshua used to just take me in the showers with him. It was my favorite part of my week. I would just get in the shower with him and he would hold me up. It was so sweet.